Thanks for joining us. We're going to do a quick introduction of our new coach. This is Sean. He's in the internship process at this point, but we're going to be doing a lot of videos coming out, and he's going to be my Vanna White. And we're going to kind of switch roles a little bit as well. So we just wanted to introduce Sean to you guys as you're going to see him a little bit more often. So, but our first project we're going to take on is basically a Kegs series. We found that kegs in general are easily found and pretty inexpensive. You can pay like a deposit and you've got a collection of kegs. And you can fill them up with varying weights, different substances, so like water, gravel, sand, and you can have widespread collection that gives you a lot of return on your investment, and it's actually going to mimic more closely what you guys are going to find in real life, right? They're kind of awkward, they don't necessarily have perfect handles, they're not perfectly balanced, just like most of the stuff that you have to encounter in your day-to-day life. So, we're gonna go through all the different options you've got with kegs, and we're gonna first start off with the keg carry. So we're gonna start off with the keg carry because it's pretty much the most basic, and it actually lays the groundwork for some of the other movements that we will follow up with. So just a quick reminder, kegs are pretty indestructible. When they do break, it's not very often, but when they do, they're easily replaceable. And you can pretty much beat the shit out of them and not have to worry about, setting them down gently, and they're extremely durable. So there's a plus side there. Also, like we've already talked about, they mimic the things that you're going to find in your day-to-day life really, really well. They're just kind of awkward, and typically what we have to do in life is carry shit out in front. So this is a great carry to practice and put in on a regular basis. So first things first, Sean's going to start with a wide foot placement. You might be able to see his toes from the camera there, but just understand, wide stance so that you can get close to the keg. We're going to take a grip where both hands are on top to start, but then from there, he's going to tilt the keg up one direction. Now in this case, it doesn't really matter, but you can see one arm is at the bottom of the keg and one is up at the top. Okay, from here, he's going to stand up with a flat back. Notice how high the keg is. You can see his waistline. That's a good thing. As we carry, we're hugging the keg in. We're elevating with that elbow so that we can then create space for our legs to move freely as we carry. Whenever we carry, guys, you want to be focusing on fast feet. If you're doing a carry slow, you've kind of messed it up. Okay? Go ahead and set it down. One of the major faults that we're going to see with the keg is picking it up at the top and then just trying to basically carry it like that. Now you'll notice the keg is down low. That's going to obstruct his movement on his lower body. So he's not going to be able to move his feet very fast. Okay? So the other thing is he's recruiting his biceps. Let's go to the side. This is a lot of bicep. This is the smallest muscle group that we've got to use to our advantage, right? So when we go into that proper position, let's reload from the, now we've got all this upper back and his lats are firing off, squeezing that keg in, and we're not so reliant on the small bicep group, right? So when you do this, hike it up nice and high, fast feet, and use your back. Boom.